Of course, we're looking for things like last minute.
Last minute,
always
like, okay, but this is like amongst Canadian brethren.
Yeah, fair enough.
I must pull up something fun for later.
Are you pulling up Winnipeg stats?
Don't do
on
that.
Hockey stats again.
We're not going to talk about that.
Because that's where we left off like last time.
Are you going to embarrass me with that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
But yeah, that's where we left off last time with our friend that we're going to have on here from Winnipeg. Was the Canucks were playing the Jets.
And I think we won that game.
And then we told
Does anyone on this call remember how that game went?
No.
But because like a year ago.
We couldn't tell you.
Oh, well, let's bring Kianna on.
Kianna.
We'll bring her up here. Kianna from Check It here.
Freshly back from a sunny place, and I'm jealous. How are you, Kianna?
I'm great. I'm so good. I'm nice and tanned, as you just said. Got back from Mexico not too long ago, so yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome. Well, before we get
before
we get too deep into it here, I got to share something with you guys.
Please don't.
Yeah, it's this.
Kianna, he told me he was going to show this. This is so embarrassing.
I alluded to this is where things left off the last time we chatted to, and this is just.
We're gonna have you on again, probably.
Oh, it stopped.
Whoops. Yeah. See, I stopped.
Maybe I won't.
Stop. Don't play that. Okay.
He did. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It doesn't.
We're gonna have you on again, probably in the near future. Again, we'll circle back and we'll do a check-in with you. Check in on Check It, and we'd love to have you back on in maybe a few months and let you know how it's going.
That sounds awesome. I had such a blast. Thanks so much for having me, guys. I can't wait for the next time.
You betcha. Enjoy the cold weather. Stay warm.
Right back at. Well, you guys are warm, but anyway, yeah. Go Jets, go.
Love you. Love the Jets. Love Winnipeg.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, take care, guys.
Take care.
All right.
Thanks.
See ya. That was great, wasn't it? So, Tyler
clearly you made an
Tyler confesses his love at the end of the show. Last time.
Clearly you made an impression on me.
Yeah. Love it.
That's one of those moments when you're like, love it and see you, and for some reason, love you comes out.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Like, I'll let you guys do your own.
It's a nice, enjoyable, loving person. So I can see it. Don't worry.
It was nice. It was touching.
Yeah.
It was a good moment. How is Kianna today? Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Anytime.
Yeah. Do you want me to jump in? What do you want me to
jump in?
Want to run with it? I feel like I've been talking all day.
I set it up.
All right.
You
cool.
go for it.
Let's hit it. So check it. Here we are. We're back. We had you on probably about a year ago when our studio looks a little bit different now. I'm not sure if you've noticed. But yeah, we've gotten a few of our customers on your platform with your program. We love it. We think it's amazing. It's super smart, sophisticated, streamlined, amazing reputation management tool. So let's quickly go back for any of our clients or anyone watching who wants to know, what is Check It?
Totally. Yeah. So Check It in a nutshell is a review management and customer interaction software. And really, that's just a fancy way of saying that we give you the tools to communicate with your customers and communicate better with your customers through communication channels that they prefer, which is primarily SMS, texting, being able to just text your customers if they have an appointment, if they have any type of reminders, during COVID, we did a lot of COVID screenings where, we would just send a screening to your customers so they could answer the COVID questionnaire, no, I haven't left my house in 14 days. No, I haven't done this, all that fun stuff that we all remember. So that was a big one. Like, it's anything that allows you to streamline your processes when it comes to communication. So primarily that's SMS, but it does combine other channels like Facebook. Your Facebook messages come to Check It. You can respond through Check It, goes back to them on Facebook Messenger. You're also able to connect with your customers via Google Chat. So lots of times if you're on your mobile device, you're searching up different businesses and then a Google My Business appears, right? And so there's usually a couple buttons. There's one that says website. There's one that says call. We have one that's integrated with the button that says chat. So right from there, you can literally just chat with your customer. They just send you a message. They found you online. They want to talk to you. You can talk to them in real time. So yeah, it's all about streamlining communication, making your life easier, making your customer's life easier. And then that kind of segues into the review management side, because as you build those communication channels and build that trust, you're then able to ask for that review. You've seen the conversation, you've seen that, your service has been good and you feel confident to ask this client for their feedback. Well, you might as well. And then let's send it via text, because that's exactly how we've been chatting with them this whole time. So it just allows you to streamline that process where you can text them a review invitation. They click on a link. They decide the platform they want to leave it on, whether it's Google, whether it's Facebook. I mean, we have so many different industries. So there's so many different review platforms that are able to link through our platform, like TripAdvisor, the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, all of these review platforms that are really important. You can link, have it listed, and yeah, you get to have that review from your customer. So
wow.
Just allows
I didn't know it had that functionality. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Tyler, you haven't looked it over?
Well, no, of course, but I.
Tyler,
we're just gonna make fun of each other all day.
Yeah. That's what we do
through the whole session today. But I being able to link in like Yelp and other sort of third-party review systems. That's really
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. What about what is it? WebMD.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
There you go.
Really any type of review platform that you already are using. Like, I mean, we have so many home service companies. So let's say, electricians and plumbers, sometimes they even have like their own website that they want people to have access to leave a review on. All they have to do is link it. And then you have access to leave a review on Google, on Facebook, or your own website. So it's totally customizable, and really it just gives you that feedback and it bumps you up on those platforms. So it's awesome.
That's cool. And then you have your own sort of dashboard interface that you're using, correct?
Correct.
And the reason I want to touch on that is because I think the ability to customize those messages. So if my dentist or my contractor or somebody, let's stick with healthcare. So if my dentist is sending me a text message, say it's a reminder or it's a request for a review, if they can customize it and make it more about me, their patient, instead of just seeing some sort of automated message like, hey, welcome to so-and-so dental, your appointment's coming up, or the ability to I think it goes a long way to be able to customize it for your clients and say, hey, sure. Kianna, it was great seeing you yesterday. If you got to say, thanks for using our form intakes, whatever communication the client's using, to say thanks for using it. And hey, since you've been using our whole system, would you mind giving us a review or something customized to make the patient or the customer feel like, hey, these guys actually care about me.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's just touching on that. Like, we have such good best practices that we kind of give customers depending on the industry that they're in. But specifically with healthcare, let's just say, you have a new patient. New patients can often be a little bit worried about coming in. It's a new place. Right. They don't really know the practice. They don't really know, what's the flow of the day, what's the flow of the appointment going to be. So a really great way and a great way to kind of personalize any type of introduction is after an appointment is booked, then send out that, specific and custom message to your customer saying, hey, Kianna, we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Here's a picture of the doctor you're going to be seeing today. So I already know who I'm seeing. I know their name because we can put that in the template. I have a picture of what they look like, so I know who I'm looking for. You could even have a picture of, whoever is going to be at the front desk. Linda is going to help you out the second you get in. Go to her. She's going to be happy to help you have all the forms you need to fill out. So now I know, okay, I walk in, I have to go to the front. I'll talk to Linda. She's got everything for me. So there's just ways that you can make your customer feel appreciated and just, comfortable. And that's all over text. Everybody seems to think that has to be in person. And yes, in person is when it really kind of, you get to really show yourself in your company, but you can start that process right from the phone.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Well, this goes back to, sorry to cut you off, but to expand on that. Hold the phone. I got something I want to say.
I wanted to.
No talking aloud today for you. Just kidding. Is that this is not a new philosophy, right? I remember when I used to be a bartender or a server at a fairly well-known restaurant in Canada.
Well, that was like 25 years ago.
20 easy. See, this is why I'm not letting you talk.
That's for cutting me off.
Right. Thank you. Many years ago, when I was a waiter, we would have two sides of the restaurant. Okay. And the door would come in the middle with the hostess stand. Well, they would always say, like, even if your arms are full of plates and you got to get somewhere and you're in a hurry, do whatever, just as you're walking past the front door, take 1 second to look at the customer who had just walked in and say, hey, thanks for coming in. Someone will be right with you. And the reason I use that example is that's what this tool allows you to do, to say, hey, we know you're here. Hello, welcome. As you're coming into the practice, we're aware that you're here and we value your time. So I think it allows the operator those touch points along the way, just like in the restaurant business, to say, hey, you're here. We appreciate you. We'll be right with you.
And to piggyback off of that, in part and parcel with our 9 pillars, intake is like the white glove service, the touch points are a super important piece on not only like making that patient feel comfortable coming into the practice. It's now you got like a foot up and having that patient now come back, totally, and that's what it's all about. It's all about preemptively ensuring they're comfortable. They have a place to ask any questions that they need to ask. And then when they're leaving, with that final touch up of, if you enjoyed your service you in the chair today, it would really help us if you left a review, because we all know how interconnected the review is for SEO, for reputation management, for other people that are looking for the wonderful services that you provide. So having a tool like this, and not only like the tool itself, but the system behind the tool is only as good as the user. So getting that system in place, the folks that check it and ourselves, we're here to build that piece into your infrastructure, into your architecture, so that you're utilizing things at its full capacity.
Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just to piggyback off of you, where you're saying that where you're saying, just how important those reviews are. Like, I really do want to stress that everybody says, leave us a review, we'd love to hear your kind words online. Yes, that's true. Of course, like me as a user of somebody who's just looking for, let's say, a new dentist, I'm going to look online. I'm going to look at reviews. So obviously that's going to sway me as like a new potential client and my decision of if I'm going to see you or not. But in order to even get there, like in order for me to even see your reviews, you need reviews. So the whole thing about that, you need a lot of them, is Google has you ranked. And so Google ranks you not necessarily and truly not at all by your actual number. So let's say everybody's so, I want 5 stars. And of course you do. You want everybody to say that, like, I loved my service. You want your service to be up to par. You have that standard of yourself that's going to be 5 stars. Absolutely. You need multiple 5-star reviews. Yeah. Because the number of reviews is what boosts you on Google's ranking. So if, I have a dental practice, but so does Mark. If Mark has more reviews than I do, Mark's dental practice is going to be seen way more than mine is. You're going to have to scroll to find my practice. And by that time, let's be honest, like, people of this world are extremely busy. They are a little bit lazy when it comes to, not wanting to spend too much time just searching all the time. So if I see one dental practice with great amount of reviews and really good words to say, I'll just go with them. Why am I going to then waste my time searching for 10 more other practices, compare and contrast them? I'm not going to do that. Let's be real. Right. I'm going to find one that's close to me where I live and the one that has the best reviews. And so that's what we're talking about, is that's what gets you those reviews. That's what gets you listed and looked at. And you need them in order for that to happen.
Totally. Yeah. And now I'll piggyback off of myself, piggybacking off Tyler.
Is that even possible?
And piggybacking off Kianna, piggybacking off...
I tried piggybacking myself once, and I think I sprained my ankle doing it.
And now I'm piggybacking so much that I can't even think about what I was going to say. Yes, and this all boils down to organic traffic and building up that piece to drive organic traffic. So I cannot understate how important the review and how interconnected into SEO, like the importance of that piece. Not only do you have like a really user-friendly platform to drive this metric forward, this metric is super important. If there's anything that you can do easily in practice, it's have somebody ask them to leave a review. You know, how much are you paying for advertisement? How much are you paying for this? Yeah. How much are you paying for that? How much time do you spend on social media? You know, are you placing ads? Like, this is a really easy thing to do, ask for reviews. And the impact the impact that it has when it's been done properly and it's set up is it's a powerful thing.
So do you like, and the reason I sort of chimed in there was, do you find like when I talk to my dental clients about getting reviews, often they'll get pushback from their team. So getting the team to be on board with asking for reviews sometimes can be a bit of a challenge. So do you find that like, are there advantages, or are there ways to get around that, to get to, like, I'm assuming Check It helps get the team on board when it comes 100%. To asking for reviews?
Yeah. So there's a couple different options that we have. What I say is that if you're going to be using Check It in the most manual sense, which means that you're doing the majority of the work, you know, you're typing in your customer's name and phone numbers to send messages, which really isn't that hard. You're already doing it anyway. So it's just adding another message of sending a review. But if you are using Check It for the majority of your purposes, which means, you know, sending out appointment reminders, sending out if your customers are contacting you via our web chat with any type of questions, with any type of inquiries, then it's just part of your day to day, which is just at the end of an appointment, sending out a review invitation, because you're already on the Check It system for your day to day needs. So just sending out a review invitation after an appointment is just as simple. Now, lots of people use Check It in a more minimal sense. So some people use it for, you know, like I said, using it day to day, constantly, always on the dashboard, talking with their customers. And that's the beauty of our platform, is you can do that. You can use it to the full extent of what it can be. You also could use it for just reviews, where people don't necessarily use it for the communication aspect. You know, maybe they don't necessarily need the web chat. They don't necessarily want the appointment reminders. They just want to be able to send reviews, and they want to be able to track those reviews and see how people are engaging with them. You can then use Check It for more of an automated process if we can integrate with your CRM platform. So let's say that you have a CRM platform where, you know, it has a trigger. So let's say an appointment goes from pending to confirmed. You can then ask Check It to pick up on that trigger and send out a review invitation. So it very much automates that process. So now you're strictly using it for the reputation management side, where it's just doing the work for you. After appointments are booked or after appointments are completed, a review invitation is sent out. So there's that aspect to it as well, because we understand businesses are busy, and we understand that, you know, adding another thing for your team to do, for us, you know, it sounds so easy. It's, just send out an invitation. But for somebody who has, you know, a million other things on their plate, adding
it's a billion now. Sorry.
Adding that may be overwhelming to them. So to offer it more of an automated process is very intriguing. So yeah, that's definitely one thing that, you know, I talk about when I talk to customers that are like, I don't know, you know, my team is a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know if we can tackle this right now. Then it's like, well, let's see if we can automate it for you. Let's see if we can make your life a little easier. So yeah.
Very cool. Because that was going to be one of my next questions is what's new at Check It? So is that a newer feature, or has that always sort of been baked in?
You know, it's definitely increased. We had it where, you know, there were just a few CRM softwares that we were able to integrate with. So we didn't advertise it too much, just because Check It deals with, you know, hundreds of industries, and within those industries are thousands of CRM softwares. So the likelihood that, you know, we would have connections to any CRM software is just impossible. Right. But since then, we've integrated with a software called Zapier. And so Zapier is a bridging software, and they're the ones that connect us to the CRM. And so that has definitely boosted our automation process. There's a lot more softwares that are getting on to Zapier, which then alloys us to integrate with them. So that's definitely been...
Yeah, we have.
I think we've used Zapier. Yeah.
There are so many now. There's so many platforms that do so many different things,
but
and
it shows what the need in the market is for something like Zapier.
Yeah, totally.
To have an open architecture.
Yeah.
API sort of hook on point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and being aware of what's out there, what's available in terms of tools, and how it could enhance your automation and do great things within your business that you need to do in this day and age. I don't think that everybody is aware. Like Check It is one of those.
Well,
right?
and here's the thing for me is that, being in the dental industry, obviously, like I sell practice management softwares, right? So I don't want to cut off my nose to spite my face. So I think for me, like Check It being in the dental space, it's a really nice sort of adjunct to a practice management software that's really not going to break the bank, right? So if you're like, look,
totally,
I've already got a practice management software, I don't want to spend another $10,000 on a software when that does, like, when I want, 3 or 4 functions, or maybe I just want the review function or whatever. But I think that Check It offers a unique little sort of basket of goods, which is really, really cool and compelling.
Really does, yeah.
And you don't have to go and buy a whole new practice management software to get these tools. And it's like a pretty inexpensive monthly cost. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's $99 a month. And so honestly, it's like $1,200 a year. Like, it's really not expensive. It's really user friendly. And like, specifically just on the topic of automations, that is something that Check It is really driving towards. And that actually ties into another feature that's new with Check It. And that's called our smart replies. And so this ties into a little bit more of the communication side of Check It. But it's for a little bit of those mundane questions that come in that you just wish you didn't have to answer. I mean, it sounds funny, but like, just wait.
I need Check It for just my day-to-day life.
Is this like a chat hybrid type of thing then?
It's Tyler sending me another text. Here's my auto reply.
Yeah, Tyler, I know you're going to be late. We know this.
Yeah. So the way that it works is, so we have, I like to compare it to our auto reply. Our auto reply is specifically triggered towards our business hours. So you set your business hours, whether you're open, Monday to Friday, every day, who knows? Whatever your hours are, you set them. And what happens is, if somebody connects with you and chats with you within, the Check It channels, if you are open, they'll receive your automatic reply. If you're closed, they'll receive your out of office reply. So your customer always knows that your message is in the queue, whether it's in the queue that you're open, hey, we received your message, we'll get back to you in just a minute. Or if it's you're out of office, like, oh, you reached us when we're closed, we're back to work on Monday morning, we'll talk to you then. Whatever you kind of want to have that. So that's our automatic out of office, specifically triggered to hours. Now we have our smart replies, where you actually get to choose what the trigger is. So let's say that you wanted to do an auto reply based off of, let's do your hours again. But let's just say now, instead of it's not, triggered towards the auto responses of your hours, but it's what are your hours? So those questions where people are like, are you open today? And you're like, okay, you made it to my website, you typed in our web chat. If you just looked a little bit more, you'd see that our hours are listed right there. You know what I mean?
You could bring a horse to the water.
But you can't force it to drink. Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
So
maybe if it was,
my wife tells me that every day.
If it was,
she's like, just put your stuff in the dishwasher, dude. Like, come on, man.
Maybe if it was cold beer, I don't know.
Do you put it right above the dishwasher?
Yeah, I think I've tried. Sorry, I'm derailing. I know, but
I did the derailing. So
yes,
it's my fault.
I am bad for this. Yeah. Where I put stuff on the counter above the dishwasher, and she's like, "Hello, you're a grown man. What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, no. I'm going to use that again. I just don't want to dirty another plate. I'm going to use it again. And she's like, I have not bought that excuse in 20 years.
The old use it again trick.
Yeah. I always think I'm going to use a plate again because I don't want to dirty another one.
Well,
but you don't. You never use the same plate. I can tell you that right now, and I have never been to your home.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're bang on.
So I'm going to put things in reverse. So we talked about the monthly cost on this piece. I know I'm aware of a couple of different softwares that do less than what Check It does for literally 4 or 5 times more a month.
Right.
So to put things in perspective here, this is a really powerful tool that doesn't break the bank, and for what it provides the practice, it's priceless. And just the review management alone will pay for itself in organic traffic.
And people are drinking from the river.
They're drinking from.
You've got the horse drinking now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what
You
I
can
say
try,
to a
yeah.
lot of customers is, with our review management tool, you're using your existing customers' feedback to gain your potential customers' business, because you're using already the resources that you have, which is the experiences that your customers already have, the good words that they want to share about you. And then that in turn is going to then allow you to get the potential customers' business that's out there, because they're looking at your reviews. They're looking at who's mentioned. If a specific person on your team is mentioned, I'm going to look for that person when I'm at your dental practice, whether it's the dentist I'm working with, whether it's, just a really great review about the receptionist that took care of my insurance, whatever it is. But it's like, it's using what you already have to get what you want. And it's just the easiest thing in the world. It barely costs you anything, just really the $99 for the platform, but you're using already the resources that you have. You're just giving your clients the ways to get to do it.
Right. Very cool.
So call us, please.
Hey, new camera.
Let's get you set up with Check It.
Hi.
We'll get you set up with Kianna and the lovely folks at Check It. Like, you're missing out. You're just missing out. You need to
This is Mark's infomercial angle.
This is.
Call this number.
Call this number.
For a limited time only.
Oh, yes. In the next 20 minutes.
It's a limited time
If
offer.
you order one Check It, we'll give you a second Check It for free.
Kiana's got it right. Say that again, Kianna.
But wait, there's more.
There is. Oh, man. It's like, what is it? Oh,
If you call today,
I was already hooked. Oh.
you get a box set of Wayne Newton CDs.
And those, like,
Oh.
yeah. And you receive an extra pocket knife or whatever they do.
But that's pending. We're still waiting for his approval on that.
We are,
So
yeah.
don't quote me on it.
He's in.
He's totally in.
Cool.
This is awesome. So the I love the smart messaging. Is there anything else? I mean, that's a ton. So I mean, hey, sounds like there's a couple of cool new things at Check It as somebody walks into the studio and then quickly back out again. Hi, bye.
See ya. Okay.
Is there anything else new that you wanted to talk to us about? Like how's Winnipeg?
I mean, Winnipeg is fine and dandy. I mean, I was gone for the majority of the blizzards that we had, so happy about that. But I got lots of pictures. Like my in-laws, they live on a horse ranch, and they sent us pictures of their driveway, and it was 12-foot high, like snow high piles, like 12 feet high. I was like, that looks crappy.
Like?
What does that look like? Yeah.
What does a 12-foot snowdrift or a snow pile look like?
It's scary. Like, it looks very scary and like depressing, because it's like, how much warm weather are we going to need to have for that to melt? It's depressing. It's depressing.
Do we want to calculate it? So, no, I don't.
We had some snowfall as well. I think we got.
We had one snowfall.
I think we got 1.5 inches.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the piles were like.
It's crazy.
Like your shoe almost went.
It was Armageddon here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
People were literally driving off the road.
Did you miss?
It's so slippery. It was so slippery. Actually, I got a story. I was coming off the ferry. Okay. Heading up to a friend's cabin on Seashelt. For the folks that don't know where that is, it's on the Sunshine Coast of BC.
It's a beautiful area.
So when you leave the ferry terminal heading up towards Seashelt, there is a gnarly hill. Like this hill's, you're going up into the mountains here, right? And here I am with my buddy sitting to the right, and on the mighty Honda Civic,
the mighty Honda Civic,
and it's just freshly snowed.
I think they're known more for endurance than being mighty.
Well, it had to have endurance today getting up, or that day getting up the hill.
True.
So we couldn't it was awful. We was driving at regular the speed limit, and then it's like, why is everybody slowing down up this hill? Like, come on, I want to get to the cabin. I'm gonna have a couple beers, right? And we slow right down, and I'm not kidding. We almost didn't make it
really
up this hill. So I was
That's scary.
And
Did you
then
have
we
snow
were
tires on your car?
You know what, man? We're gonna stop at the Canadian Tire. We got to buy some chains, and then we turned a corner, and it was pouring rain. Okay, this is. I like this.
Gosh.
This is more BC to me.
That's more.
You guys even have winter tires?
No. Well,
I do. I have a truck, and then I have an SUV. So they just come with the mountain rated tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put new tires on the SUV. So I know they're not snow. They're just all season. Like you can't say all season. They got to be mountain rated snow. They have to have like a little S on them or whatever.
Yeah.
Or mountain rated. But typically here, like I would put snow tires on my car because I would have to go up to Kelowna or Penticton, which means you have to go over the Coquihalla, which means you're going up to like 4,000.
Well, that didn't happen this year. We had a massive storm.
But half those roads got wiped out this year.
They're gone right now. So, so the answer to your question, do you need snow tires? No, you need like a Red Cross, at least a gold level in swimming, because that's the amount of rain that we get.
You need a bathing
cap. And a good bathing cap and like a decent pair of goggles, ones that don't fog up too much because...
Snorkel, just in case.
A snorkel, in case you fall into a deep puddle. It has been great having you on today. We're just going to keep cracking jokes, so you can go anytime.
And we do love you too. We do love you, Kianna. We're like, that wasn't a mistake.
I appreciate that. Okay? I felt it. I truly did. I felt that was just
good.
For sure.
Thank you. Good. And I didn't mean to minimalize it.
And the most awful part about it too is Tyler said it, and like. She almost fell off her chair laughing. That was.
I did. It was very unexpected, but very flattering. So.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah. So here's one quick question before we go. I'm looking at the standings. I'm sorry, because you're a hockey fan, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the Jets last time. Now here's the thing. This is not a bad thing. Like I said, I'm a bit of a Jets fan, just because like their legacy, and I remember watching Timu and the guys back in the '90s.
Timu.
But if you look at the standings, there's it looks like you guys are at 55 points, and the Predators are sitting. It looks like they're in the last playoff spot in your division, which is at 64. So, do you think the Jets have got a shot?
Okay. Obviously,
she's like the gloves are off. All right.
Okay. I think we had a little bit of some COVID. And I hate to blame it on COVID because everything is about COVID, but we had a bunch of games delayed and like we weren't able to play in our own arena. And we always know that like Jets fans are the best fans. And so I feel like because we didn't have all those home games, it just like really declined our motivation. So I'm hoping that they have a few more home games coming up before it's like donezo, before it's like, they can't make it at all. So I think there's a chance. It's slim, but I'm always down for an underdog, and we're definitely the underdog this year. We beat Arizona, I think that was 2 nights ago, last night?
Yeah.
Sunday. And that was a big game, because if we lost that, it would have been done. So I think we're okay. We're not doing great, so I won't talk about how amazing we are, but I definitely think we can make it.
It would be a great story, right? Because you're 9 points behind the 4th place team in your division, which is, I think you have... I think it's still mathematically possible. The Canucks are in a bit better of a situation, but not much. But the Canucks have been a bit of a tear lately, so I'm going to knock on wood.
You know what? They would be doing a lot better if it wasn't for COVID. A lot of them through December. They had
COVID. This. Just throwing it right back at you, Kianna. Oh, man.
We love you. Okay.
But you know what? It's exciting. So here's a little story of hope. So yesterday, my team. So I put my back out. So I didn't get to. I'm the head coach for a Pee Wee hockey team, my son's team, and I didn't get to go. I had to watch it from Live Barn. And if you have kids in hockey and you log on to Live Barn, there's a little plug for them. What a great tool! I got to watch this game that my son was playing, and my assistants were running the bench or whatever. So I had to watch it from. So I'm able to text my assistants like, "Hey, is awesome. Make sure James is skating harder or whatever." Kind of fun stuff.
Awesome.
But we were down 6-2 at the beginning of the first period. It was not going well.
Right.
We came back and it was tied 10-10. Sorry, it was 9-10 for them with 40 seconds left in the game, and we tied it up. That's a victory, in my opinion.
100%. See? That's a lot of game left. There's always a lot of game left.
A lot of game left.
Yeah. Cool.
Kianna, this has been fantastic. Thank you again for being on the show. And we love Check It. We're going to keep talking about it to our clients and our friends.
We will.
Aren't we?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I will. Yeah, cool.
Well, thanks for having me. This was awesome, guys.
It was fun.
It was good. It's
Yep.
always fun, Kianna.
We'll chat soon.
You bet.
I'm not saying it this
Take
time.
care,
I'm going to
guys.
say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye.
Bye.
It was great talking to you.
Go.
Yay.
Oh, the
Kianna,
outro. Come on.
And Check It.
The outro's not playing for us today.
No. You broke the outro.
And she left. She got so embarrassed. What are we gonna do?
We could sing.
You go ahead, Ty. Sing.
No, I already sang earlier. I sang the.